Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. We are here just about a day past the new moon. I wanted to jump in and sort of just check in and see how you're all doing. We've been going live a bit this new moon. For whatever reason, Spirit seems to really want us active on the Neptune talk. I wanted to sort of share a few things here that I was picking up on, downloading with Spirit just a moment ago, and let's clear it. Yeah, there is an important conversation here happening, obviously, with Neptune, given that not only do we have the new moon, and it is definitely more, we'll say, the new moon on the day of the new moon, but the new moon energies still are relevant leading into the first quarter stage. So by no means are we like over the new moon energies, one, but two, also we're still looking at Neptune, right, being a heavy influence really for a while now, that we have, given that we have Neptune and Jupiter, the two rulers of Pisces, in Pisces, and given that these energies are now direct. So Neptune and Jupiter are more or less in a pretty strong position here. Now, Neptune is a fluctuating energy, right? It is Pisces. Let's clear it in the throat chakra. This is Pisces. Ooh, let's definitely clear it in the throat chakra. Pisces is water, right? The element of water, and it's also mutable. So the thing with Neptune is that it is incredibly porous, right? As a frequency. If you're a Pisces sun sign, or you've got a moon in Pisces, you will find that at times you really can absorb energy pretty easily. Hence why people who are Pisces sun sign, moon sign, or Venus, Mars, a lot of Pisces by way of 12th house placements or however else, you usually be pretty darn good at, matters of, even, we'll say, the healing arts, okay, spirituality, metaphysics, and such things, because you are so sensitive. It's like you have these sort of, antennae, villi, we'll call them, where you're able to sort of feel and sense. Now, this can be something that's really, really beautiful, but it can also be, destructive. It can, when we're not understanding anymore who is us and who is they, in a certain way. The beauty, though, again, we'll say, of Pisces is that you can sort of bring it to the vantage point of saying, well, all are one. Okay, true, right? But when it gets to the point where, especially if, you're feeling and sensing the needs of others, and it's like, let's clear it in the throat chakra. Oh my God. We're doing a lot of clearing here with this particular placement, right? Given that we have this new moon, especially meanwhile, basically conjunct Neptune and Jupiter, the two rulers of Pisces. It's a powerful, we just literally had like 4 planets in Pisces. So I believe we are void of course with the moon right now, but okay, anyways, let's clear it. So the main discussion here, you can definitely pick up on what someone's going through, but it will never be you, and it will never, even no matter what is it called, Stockholm syndrome? It's almost like, so that is the shadow of Neptune, where you're like, well, I really feel like, Jim Bob Sally's like, inner dialogue here, inner monologue, situation. And it's, we can all, those of you who have a lot of Pisces, and how many have a lot of Pisces in their chart here in the chat, it can really get to the point where you're almost like fucking absorbing this person's entire story. Okay, so the question is, and it's not necessarily, right, something that is helping that person, if it's especially not helping you. So it's an illusion, and that's the illusion of the Neptune energy, is that it is helpful to take on, another's condition. I hear it like this. frequentially. It's never going to be appropriate for you unless you are doing, well, I'm not going to say that, but just forget that here for a minute. But yeah, just for the sake of Neptune here, talking Neptune, it's not permissible to take on someone else's energy and ultimately their karma. And it's not in the way of like, oh yeah, Billy came over and like we wanted to transact with me. Can you just like pull this in your luggage for a second? No, it happens on a subtle wavelength. It happens on a subtle level, right? Where, yeah, and so that's where it's really like, it's up to you as the person who is sensing, who is empathic. This is where it's not just a matter of being empathic. It's not just a matter of the yin, the receptivity, but it's also a matter of the leadership that balances that conversation out, where you say, well, I feel sure, but I also have another conversation ongoing that allows me to understand what I do with what it is that I feel, okay, in relation to what you feel. So it's always a two-way conversation, and it's always a question of what you end up doing. The trouble begins when you are very empathic, very sensitive, and you're picking up on a lot, okay, but you're not having enough output energy, right, with your yang masculine energy of expression. And that is an issue sometimes as well, because Pisces can really become very much a product of who they're hanging out with, what kind of energies they're picking up on. So it's really important, okay, overall, if you do have a lot of water in your chart, but especially Pisces, to keep in check with that every so often, right? And say, well, am I really like in me right now? I hear it like this. Am I talking to myself right now as well while I am talking to this person? Or do I just sort of almost turn into that person for a minute? And listen, I mean, those who do, let's say, even if you're in the entertainment industry, if you are an actor, actress, acting, whatever it is, that is a beautiful trait, right? The greatest, we'll say, actors, so-called actors and actresses, really are channelers. They're channeling energy. So that is something that is important to notice, right? Even in your birth chart where you do have this Pisces energy, that might be where you can sort of really become kind of one with the wave. And that's beautiful, but with boundaries especially, right? Especially when, you're in a space where there are a lot of energies, and if those of you living in big cities, or you're very social, or your job, your work requires of you to be out there, so-called out there. It's really, really important, I feel, to have some sort of space. And I'm in Pisces sun sign in Western. My Mercury is also in Pisces. My Jupiter, which is it's in the 9th house. I have a lot of Pisces generally overall. Was it in my chart? My Sun and my Mercury are conjunct. There is this vibe, it's like it's gonna be very helpful. Okay, I mean, there's this vibe you'll pick up on from time to time. We just did a figure 8 there. Wow, okay, there could be a particular message for someone. I'm seeing 5-5 here. You'll pick up on the vibe from time to time, but the key shifting point is when you are able to maintain, okay, the conversation with your higher self, meanwhile, to what it is that you are observing. So it is the power perception when it comes to the water signs, right? We're able to perceive on 5D really, really, really clearly, given the clairvoyant energy that is usually associated with water signs. But it's not that you are just a feeler. And that's the really key thing about Pisces energy, is that it doesn't end there. And that's where it gets kind of interesting when people are like, oh yeah, like Pisces are very soft and sweet and squishy and yeah, gullible and blah blah, the weak and blah blah. I mean, not a lot of people will say that, but the energy can be interpreted in that way, and it is so far from the truth. But it is in the question of the direction that you channel that energy in, okay? Where you say, well, let me see if I want to tap into that person's energy field, right? That's where you really come in and you say, well, I form a distinction between what I just kind of experience, okay, by way of what I absorb, versus what it is that I consciously admit myself, okay, to hold a connection with. Be it a person, a place, a thing. So it's really about like sort of micro macro and understanding that nothing defines you no matter where it is that you are. And so those of you who have a lot of water, you want to have crystals, beads related to the element of earth to really ground, transmute. Those of you who have a water moon, especially Pisces moon, multiple planets in the 12th, even in the 8th, you really want to have some sort of grounding technique, but always take it as you will, whatever, your birth chart is always going to be yours and different. So look at your chart though to see, I mean, for example, you may be a sun sign Leo, you have no idea. You've got a moon in Pisces, And it could be, for all we know, in the 12th house of Pisces. And oh my, you would be basically a Pisces. Okay, with that placement. Yeah. The moon in is very important. And so, I don't know, this could be a message for someone here. However, it does resonate. If it does resonate, if it's helpful. Personally, I found that my moon sign has just made so much clear for me in terms of my propensity, my natural sort of inborn, my happy place as well. Usually your moon sign will really resonate with. So look at your moon sign, but overall look at where you've got Pisces and look at how much Pisces you have in your chart. Do you have a Neptune or Jupiter on an angle as well? Even in the 1st, the 4th, the 7th, or the 10th house, angular houses. This is really going to be super, and I've talked about this in other videos. You know, there are certain placements that you really it would really help to know, okay, that you have that in your birth chart, because it can really illuminate the conversation that's taking place in terms of your natural predisposition. So, yeah, guys. Now, how are you guys doing in general? What is going on, and how are you enjoying this new moon? Do you feel the energies are heavy? Like, what are you guys sensing? What are you guys picking up on? Sober girl, right? Sagittarius moon. Yeah. So, and yeah, when it comes to compatibility as well, so called compatibility, moon sign is also really key. Yeah, it's not just the sun sign, you know, which is why the typical Capricorns and Cancers really are very compatible. That holds, but only so far. You can be a compatible sun sign, but the moon sign will really tell you, like, when you go home, when you go to bed, and you're really kind of in that moment of like absolute surrender and intimacy, what happens. And that's more the moon energies. Obviously Venus and Mars, but it's more than the instinctual sort of surrender space is the moon. So that's where we're just like kind of giving ourselves to that person psychologically. Even I'm hearing that, where the subconscious, the deep inner psyche is sort of at peace. That's where you really want to look at how compatible your moon sign is. I personally, I'm getting the message that, and this is obviously the channel message, it might be, again, someone's message here specifically. I found that, in general, you may not feel like you can really fully let go when the moon is not really in a compatible element. I know that might be controversial, but it may be helpful. Hopefully it's helpful. Personally, I found that it really comes down to the moon. If the moon is not a compatible element, it can be it feels like something is like kind of okay, and it's just something you can't really understand, because the moon is that nebulous sort of energy space of it's just within me. It's me in a way, right? Because it is the lowest part of the birth chart that rules the moon, right? This sort of the most vulnerable part of us. So that's when someone is connecting to that in a way that is seamlessly flowing, we really can feel very connected to them. But when it's like the moon squaring or the moon in opposition, I mean, it can really get kind of frustrating as well. Yeah. So now what else, guys? Let's clear. But you guys share your experiences, but that's just what I found personally with the moon. Yeah. Usually, yeah. So let's say like moon in a water sign and moon in an earth sign, right? Usually will be pretty compatible. Yin and yin. Moon in an air sign and moon in a fire sign, usually pretty compatible. It's just this kind of, it's like easy. It's a much more seamless, and again, doesn't matter. Sun sign is more like in general, but sun sign is also real important as well. But you have to look at the house placement, so many factors, and obviously, you should always never let like astrology rule, right? Always keep an open mind. But there are just like some placements that are, personally, I will look at someone's chart before I get interacting in any capacity. It'll just sort of save you so much time. So, yeah. And if you're having like trouble with someone, usually astrology will explain a whole lot there. Just as a side note, but yeah, maybe we'll do a synastry series sometime. What else, guys? Let's go. So we're going. My tears are no longer. Yeah. So, Yeah, the sun sign is more like a general jiving energy. Honestly, if I had to come down to it, I would say compatible via element, sun sign, and moon sign via element as well, really important. Venus and Mars, I think you can get away with, but the sun and moon, you guys feel free to share. What is your take on this? What would you guys like? What would you guys personally interpret in terms of synastry? Like, do you feel like you tend to have certain signs that you gravitate towards, or is that the same element as you with sun or moon? It's clear. And of course, you know, there are different like levels, right? Definitely different levels. Like, let's say your really good friend or someone you're so-called dating, you know, or someone that you're, you know, you have, however, it's different. Yeah. In terms of long-term commitment energy, but it depends always, you know, on the rest of the aspects in your birth chart. But yeah, sun and moon, really important generally, but always take it to them. It's clear in the root chakra. It's clear anywhere. Oh, interesting. Yeah. I've noticed that my moon sign is really like the point has become the point resonates a lot. Sometimes more than my sun sign when at least I'm watching the readings and stuff, which is interesting. Oh my gosh, Nelly, the houses are, I agree, agreed. The house placements are like it's almost as like it's fucking like almost it's practically your sun sign. So if your sun is in Leo and it's in the house of Virgo, you're pretty much a Virgo Leo. This is yeah. Great point. Yeah. I've found that that's spot on. And usually like you'll be able to feel like you'll feel like they're kind of like, you know, kind of like there's something kind of Virgo about you. Really, you're a Leo? It's because their moon or their sun, however, even their moon especially, you'll feel where their moon is at. So yeah, it's interesting. But I find like the moon you realize over time, right? Because the sun is the impulsive sort of the initiatory energy exchange where you're sort of like in that sort of, you know, introductory energy of how you present yourself, right? The sun in a public way. It's when you first meet someone and you're first interacting. The moon again is where you, when you're going to bed at night, it's proverbially or however, and you're really sort of like unwinding and letting loose with that person. That's where, yeah, if you have a compatible moon or favorable aspects, this is what I would vouch. You would feel kind of at ease without really questioning the process. It's almost like, dare I say, you trust that person a little more. It's clearing around. It's clearing around. It's interesting. Like, there's less explaining to do. Those who have, you know, even with your Mars, say Mars, you just kind of like, it's like you be speaking the same language, you know, kind of vibe. It doesn't feel clunky. Sometimes it can feel clunky when, you know, the elements are out of order a little bit. But absolute conjunctions are also, you know, that can also get a little bit bland or frustrating. No offense, love and light. Like if you're meeting someone who has like you're practically your same placements or your same sign, you know, so. But yeah, guys, always like take it as you will, you know, have your experiences and see what is what for you and draw your, you know, yeah, so. Yeah. So, but that's why it's so important to look at the birth chart. That's why it's so important. You can usually rectify your birth time with the rest of your chart. Like, yeah, if you don't have your birth time. But even still, you can probably guess your moon sign. And you could probably rectify it. Like, before I had my birth time, I was in between, like, deciding Scorpio or Sagittarius. And I read the description of both. This was years ago. And I was like, I know I'm a Sag moon. And I was. I ended up being a Sag moon. So when I checked the time officially. So, yeah. If you're, yeah. Because you're not going to have so many options with the moon sign. Right? Like, unless, I mean, the worst is you're on the cusp of two signs and you'll know what those signs are. Unless you don't know your birthday, then, but odds are, I guess. But maybe not. Some people, depends, I guess. But yeah, like when it comes to chemistry, you know, that's like the foundation. Like, you know, the rest is like, I don't want to say stuffing, but, you know, yeah. The luggage is the sun and the moon. What you put in it, negotiable. But you need the luggage. Sometimes. Unless you're a super light traveler, in which case you would have ascended and you wouldn't be translated through these archetypes in 3D. But yeah, possibly. Anyways, guys, yeah, I literally like just felt guided to jump on, and I was outside. It's like chilly. It's getting real chilly. The weather is like fluctuating. It was really warm and it was chilly, and so yeah, but we like never do we never do full body videos, so it's kind of interesting. Feeling guided here to just chat some astrology, guys. And Gemini moon, wow, that's intense. That's intense. I feel like the most intense moon is like air and water, because water is like the natural element of the moon, so the moon becomes very, very strong, and you naturally become very Cancerian with that frequency placement. With air, it's like, it's interesting because it's almost like you're always in like a proverbial lab when it comes to your own emotions. And in general, I mean, even just, yeah, applying the logical mind to matters of the heart, emotion, which can lead to amazing, I mean, screenplay writers, okay, lyricists, singer-songwriters, right, counselors, but that can really lead to like a little bit of like a roboticism, you know, like, yeah, when it comes to, at times it can, where you even like torment yourself. You're thinking about things to such fine, you know, detail. That's with an air moon. Like almost like analysis, like you just can't even make, you know, a decision, especially, well, that would also hold for Mars in an air, yeah. So, but you guys, yeah, share your experiences here. My sister has an air moon. She has a Gemini moon. So, that gets very interesting. Even a Virgo moon, yeah. Virgo being ruled by Mercury, right? Planet ruler of also Gemini. I feel like it's weird on this chair like this, but it's like, no, Nat, what's weirder is when you're doing the live chat from your bed. it's a message. Yeah, so, but yeah, guys, I hope you're enjoying this new moon, Neptune, and, you know, are you guys feeling nostalgic? Woo, sorry. Nostalgic energies? it feels very much like, sort of like we're wrapping up loose ends, you know, Pisces being the last sign in the zodiac wheel. You know, it has this sort of like feeling to it. A little bit random. It feels almost even a little bit Aquarian. We do currently have Mercury at Aquarius, conjunct Saturn. So, but it has like this vibe. Even with Venus and Mars and Pluto being in Capricorn, it's like a little bit like detached, you know? It's clear. So once we move into Aries season, then yeah, we'll have, even with the moon, when the moon moves into Yang with Gemini, sorry, Aries. Oh my gosh. Sorry, guys. Pisces is sleepy. Right, grounding, really important, Supergirl. It says, yes, a little nostalgic, but need to ground myself and come back to earth at times. LOL, yeah. That's right. The grounding. So, but we will definitely have a moment. Once the moon moves into Aries, it'll be like, okay, we definitely, yeah, we've made it. I'm hearing that as well. Wow. So, anywhoville. Oh, Gabriel, thank you for mentioning this. I wanted to mention that, actually, stelliums. Yes, so they are very important because a stellium is like a huge magnet. It's like a portal in your birth chart where you have a lot happening. Okay, like it's a very, very intense conversation. Like if we imagine all of the planets as, we'll say, even like characters, right? Like representatives, okay, like of a company or a country or whatever, and they're all, it's like, that's like a United Nations conference in your birth chart happening, more or less. Having, yeah, like a few planets in the same sign, yeah, it's gonna be, so you'll be having a conversation in that part of the chart probably always. So it's really important for those, and I wanted to mention this. Thank you again, Gabriel, for bringing this up. Gabriel's like, I'm just going to casually read your mind for a sec right here. All right. Cross channel. Yeah, so, yeah, it's really important for those with the stellium to be aware of the stellium. To know, yeah, because otherwise, at times, especially when you have a transit that triggers any planet in the stellium, it's almost like a tipping point. And so that's where you just want to kind of know that you have so much at hand, and it can be something, I mean, if you have stellium, you can create amazing shit with that. Similar to the trine, grand trine, but you want to know that it's there and what it is. And so let me give you an example. If you've got like 5 planets in air, 3 more planets in air, for example, let's clear it. Oh my. You want to know about that. Okay, otherwise, yeah, your mind can just go off on a fucking road trip and not even like question if they've got enough gas in the tank, and just be like, and it's like you're all like here, like in human 3D, like, yeah, in other words, like your mind is very, very, very strong, right? With a lot of air in your birth chart, you have a lot of capacity, cerebral energy. Okay, so yeah, activations. And the synapses, okay, yeah. There is a sort of, again, predisposition with the mental energies. So, does it serve you, or does it overtake you, where it's like you're just like having so many thoughts and just like anxiousness, right? So, it's almost like an, how do we say, like an impulsive energy. The stellium can translate as an impulsive energy just because it's like, how do we say, it's like, you know, when you're right-handed or left-handed, so-called, or you have just like one muscle that you're really used to working, okay? Yeah, and you just always sort of like, you gravitate to that muscle whenever you need, like let's say you are right-handed, right-footed, you'll always sort of gravitate towards that, right? So, yeah, take it as you will. But the only thing is when it's in shadow and when it is triggered. Yeah, but that goes for really any placement that's really strong, like any exalted planetary placement or a planet in its natural ruling sign or house, especially if it's both. Like Mandy Lynn, who was like how many planets? It's clear in Scorpio, in the house of Scorpio, yeah. And she's like a Reiki master healer. You know, she's taken Reiki courses to, so that's the higher fraction of Scorpio Pluto, where it's like you can really ascend with that energy and take it to the next level. But, you know, should one be exhibiting the shadow of Pluto, where it's like Pluto can be incredibly destructive, you know, as well, rather than transmutative. So as an ability of yours, yeah. So take it as you will, like, you know, it depends what your stellium is or where your planets are, what your placements are, but I think it's just like so important to know that you have a certain placement that can lead itself and lend to a certain predisposition. Clear? So yeah, so the example with Pluto, and it's interesting that we have this Pluto conjunct Mars right now with Venus, because we're talking about power, right, with Pluto. The irony is that, you know, when you are not tapping into the higher spectrum of your Pluto energy, then you are tapping into the shadow, which is the feeling of the lack of that element of power, where you're acting out of a place psychologically, subconsciously, of the lack of power, feeling the lack of power, because it's all perspective, right? You're not really anything, it's just the perspective. So, right, because we're wholeness, but we come in this complete form, right, from source. So, but we translate through the language of astrology our place and time here in the 3D. So when we perceive of a lack of power, that's when we're in the shadow with our own Pluto energy, and that's when we are you know, taking on subversive tactics to feel powerful, okay, to manipulate and such things. In order to feel, which is the shadow of Pluto, to feel powerful. The impulse then, okay, that turns into the drive to overwhelm and overpower and overcome, and yeah, I'm gonna like smart you out kind of vibe. I'm going to underhand you. I'm going to, you know, all of that, the shadow, yeah. Then Pluto, which naturally resembles the power to transmute, right? Phoenix rising energy with Scorpio turns into not only the destruction of the opportunity to transmute, but also the connection that you have to your personal power. If you're feeling powerful truly, you're not going to need to do such things such as manipulate, and yeah, so that's where it's ironic, right? But it's always reflective. Someone who's acting, you know, for example, like, you know, trying to like give this sense of like, I'm very powerful. It's like they're usually feeling like they're not very powerful, and that's the reflection point. That's where they're needing to compensate for that. Or let's say someone who's acting like a know-it-all. Like if you're dealing with someone like this, you know, let's say you have even a narcissistic boss or whoever, like a boss who just tries to put you down and like say stuff to like make themselves feel very smart or however, or they think it makes them feel very smart. That's because it's echoing the inverse to that, right? So the shadow tells you what and it relates to the element that you are not connecting to in the true form. So yeah, yet again, if you're observing someone who is displaying traits of narcissism, okay, needing to also manipulate even the situation perceptively, they're not feeling connected truly to the true source of their Pluto. And that's where we get things such as, yeah, power dynamics and the power plays, and let me pull out my flag now, and like I'm gonna, yeah, underhand you, you know, all of that, yeah. So love and light. Same with, you know, any other planet can have its shadow, which is like in this case with Neptune, the irony is when, you know, you are like, yeah, I want to help everyone, and like completely forget about myself. It's like, that's not Neptune. That's not what Neptune is truly about. Neptune is about helping you as well. So you're not like more powerful, okay, with your Neptune energy and like, yeah, I'm getting like Neptune points and like I'm doing like a great ass service when you're not servicing yourself in that space, when you're not being empathic to yourself, right? So we have to apply that to, you know, the wholeness of the conversation, right? Like, if we are to say that all are one, and so you're helping another, that means it would have to translate then that you're helping yourself as well. Like, are you saying you're not one of the whole? Right? So, but that's where, that's where Pisces sometimes can get into the victim energy. Like, or I'm not just talking Pisces sun signs, I'm talking the Pisces energy in everyone's chart can kind of get into the, like, or wherever you got the Pisces or very strong placements, especially, can turn into that victim energy of like, yeah, no, like, I'm helpless here, and like, I am in this situation, and it just is what it is, and they're using me. No. You are always in the power seat to make a decision, but Neptune can make you feel like you are not aware of that. Ability to differentiate, to draw the lines and have boundaries. So that's where it's tricky. Pisces is not weak. Neptune is not weak. It is an empathic energy, but it is not necessarily defining, right, the role of leadership, which we always have, right, to understand how we hold that capacity in the broader spectrum of balance in our chart and overall in our channeling of our energies. So, yeah. No element or planet or energy will ever be like bad or a bad thing. I get that all the time. People are like, is my chart like a bad chart? There's no such thing. Okay. It's always how you decide to channel that energy. And there will always be a spectrum, but in general, there's a spectrum, and it's about balance. Where, get back to that convo moment with Gabriel where we're talking about the stellium. Right? So the stellium is where you have a lot naturally as a predisposition of a certain element. So having balance is really important. So yeah. Let's clear. So, and that's not even getting into the aspects. The aspects are a whole nother thing. But anyways, guys, I'm like literally still looking at my birth chart, and it's been how many years, you end up finding out things about, your chart over time. Gradually, when you're meant to tap into certain conversations of your chart, because it is that, learning about yourself on an energetic level and why you're here. And definitely something you want to look into as well are yods. If you have a yod in your birth chart, YOD, this is really something you want to look into. Those of you who have a lot of planets retrograde in the chart, definitely, especially a personal planet like Mercury, Venus, Mars, oh boy, definitely look into that. Well, guys, it's clear. But yeah, with Neptune, it's really sometimes hard to like let go of the projection energies. Like, let's give an example. Let's say you're hanging out with like Harry Styles. I'm just hearing that. All right, you're doing you. You're hanging out with Harry. His last name is Styles, and you're having, like, I don't know, I'm hearing sangria on the rocks. I'm hearing at a Michelin star restaurant. Okay, that is, like, so specific. I don't know who's in the chat, but you take it as you will. So, I'll take it on the rocks, boo. I'll take that sangria, yeah. Just, yeah, tell me where. All right, let's clear it. So, let's just say, though, right? It's like, and then let's just say, like, like, Harry be having a thought. All right, Harry's having a thought. You can. Let's say you got a lot of Pisces in your chart. You will literally. You can just like pick up like. Like how what is the name? Like a frog can like snatch a fly. It's like that's kind of the vibe. Like when you're Pisces, like you can straight up snatch like like thoughts on astral. It's like, all right, caught it. Yeah, I hear you out. I hear you. But like on an astral plane. So in other words, okay, you basically like you catch what people are thinking. Now they can get really hard because it's just a projected energy, and it's not even unless Harry Styles be like wizarding and like trying to like try to make you think of him, which some people, you gotta be aware of that as well, okay, as a Pisces, for people, just side note, okay, but because usually, especially as a light worker, if you're a Pisces in the light, you'll be attracting a lot of very interesting frequencies. Yeah. Okay, so just be aware of that. Yeah, people who, whatever it is. Now, side note, okay, you're picking up on their thoughts, so it's really important to understand Well, I'm picking up on a thought, and first of all, part one, A, B, what do I do with it? What do I choose to do with it? And do I even acknowledge it? Okay, to begin with. Interesting. So that's where energy boundaries are really important. So that you're not just picking up on, like, you know, fucking, like, not just Harry Styles thoughts, but also the waiter, the waitress, and what they're going through in their life story, you know, all of that. Like, freaking your neighbors. You could be having, like, you know, like, you tapping in. So that's where the grounding is so important. And not only that, but the aura clearing. And yeah, because you want to be able to really understand where you stand and then feel when there is something coming into your space. So protecting your energy grid. Let's clear it. Kind of holding your space. But anyways, guys, this was fun. I'm super sort of like on a wave right now. And I'm like regulating my sleeping cycle here. But we'll see if we get back on diurnal time. We were doing a very funky sort of Japanese time zone situation for the past week. I think it's definitely this new moon that has had some interesting waves, and the nodes that we sort of had a sextile moment with, trine moment with a few days ago, my guides like knocked me out. I'm pretty sure it's just a particular series of transits that, yeah, I've started to pick up on this, like, they'll like knock me out, so I'm not outdoors during that transit. And so but now that it's passed, we'll see, I'll get back on schedule. And yeah, guys, we'll hopefully have like more readings, maybe a pick a card, we'll see. Some pick a card, and let's clear. Maybe we'll even do, I don't know if we'll do a Mars series. We're at about 27 degrees of Cap with Mars. We're 27 degrees with Mars right now, but we'll give it some time. Personal readings, if you're still on the list, definitely they're coming. I gotta let this new moon pass a bit, and we're gonna get back into that. So, but a few of them have been dispatched. Thank you guys so much for your support and your love and your light. Thank you for tuning in to you. And yeah, guys, any other notes? Yeah, thank you guys so much for your support. Thank you guys for connecting. It's okay, Gabriel. We're always happy to see you here and everyone here. You guys are all so sweet and lovely. And thank you. Right? Such a collective effort. Aw. Yeah. Well, thank you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm reading your world famous tarot. Oh my god. Yeah, I remember your birth chart. Wow. Yes, I telepathically connect with my residents. Oh my. Wow. You're Leo, right? And you've got a placement like right in Cancer. Is it your moon? It's right at your Midheaven? I remember that with your trines. Or something like this. No privacy up in these spiritual streets, but they came to find out who I am. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. It's kind of like Invaders, you know? I mean, it's like the reptilian frequencies. Nothing like that one night, though. Oh my god. When we were all feeling it, like, the presence. Yeah, it was very silly. Very silly. Yeah. Intruders. Absolute intruders. So what, yeah. But it's over. They're long gone, guys. Yeah. We got a few waves, but once we move into Aries season, yeah. It's a huge, like, fuck nah to any energy space here that's not in true alignment. They just don't have the paint anymore. Okay, even if they got the canvas, the paint, it's like they got their paint buckets confiscated. This is what, yeah, no. Spirit was like, we're taking these and we're taking these. And yeah, no, you can keep the canvas. We'll see what you end up doing with that, you know? Let's clear it. I don't know. It's 11 light, but in other words, like, energies, these are people who have been taking advantage of a system. Okay, especially, this is the biggest warning for those who have been on an energy plane doing any kind of vampiric, okay, energy grid manipulation nonsense, especially past life energy. The past life bullshit is getting wiped away is what's happening. Yes, with all, I just see, like, yeah, we've been seeing this for weeks now, like spirit coming and vacuuming up all of these you know, cryptic sort of conversations that don't serve humanity as we move into the next leg of the journey and the cycle of ascension. This is where we're headed to, and there's no looking back. So yeah, they're shaving the bushes down. I'm hearing that. Okay. Sprucing it up. Yeah. What do they call it? Pruning the leaves? So yeah, just trust like in the divine that whatever is 44 right there on the clock. Whatever is happening for a reason, you know. There's nothing to sulk about. Like when it really comes down to it, like spirit knows what is best, right? And your guides are guiding you. Just hold that space of gratitude for the transition. And gotta get that yard poppin'. Right, long live Brett from last night. Yeah, Sir Francis troll Brett. But yeah, let's clear it. He's the junior to his own sir. all right. Before Spirit's like, listen, we got a few more cherries. You still got the cake now? Well, we'll just put. We can. They literally are getting like tempted with the sweet treats on top. All right, but yeah. So it's a love and light situation, and you know, just again, like help them with the trolley, get their stuff packed. Oh dear. Oh my. So. Oh boy. Yeah, and it's with love, right? Of course. I mean, these are dark angel energies. They come here to help the light workers transmute, and that's the irony is that. But it's also important for you to recognize that role that you play to transmute, and you're not a victim of any situation, right? So if someone's coming in and they're being a Brett, right? Okay, yeah, and they're very, very. I'm hearing, I'm hearing hoarder-ish with their values. I'm hearing that. I don't know what. Like you feel like this person is not in the light, and for whatever capacity, like for whatever reason, it's not you, and it's never gonna be you, and like you will never be what Brett is willing to be to himself. And this is a metaphor, obviously. I mean, and if there's a Brett in the room who's obviously like love and light, even to shadow Brett, okay, like it's all good. I see someone behind a shower curtain right now. I don't know what. Take it as you will. Could be a particular message. Let's clear it. Spirit's like, no. Channeling fucking oh my god. Must be something going on there. Yeah. Last night was pretty intense. You're scrub-a-dub-dub. Okay, LOL. So, yeah, something going on Galactic. But anyways, it's with the guides. So yeah, no, it's interesting though. It's all good, is what I'm getting. Like, Spirit is watching. So, and they're washing. That's the important thing. Like, they got their squeegees. We got suds out. So, and the bulk of it really has been already done. Like, yeah. Okay. The tigers who are in the lair, pacing, okay, with that look in their eye, okay, waiting to come out and play. I don't know what that's about. They got their toys taken away. Okay, yeah. I'm hearing their super extra velvet plush. I'm hearing that. Discussion is out of the convo. It's like embarrassing. I'm seeing that, yeah. So I don't know. I feel Spirit has like deactivated their system kind of vibe. Like I'm hearing even their solar system. Oh my god. Okay, well, you're gonna take it as you. Well, we only see so much here from Earth, right? Like, there's a heck of a lot more going on the galactic. Let's clear in the throat chakra. I'm hearing, tiger's eye. I'm hearing that tiger. Something about tiger. Yeah, I mean, they took them out of the hedgehog discussion. What's that about, hedgehog? I'm hearing Perth. Hedgehog, yeah. It's embarrassing, is what I'm hearing. Hedgehog. I'm hearing Discovery Channel. I don't know what that's about. Like, it's exposed. It got exposed. It's getting exposed. And it will continue to be. The first thing, like, literally, guys, when we search this hedgehog discussion, it says a rose. Yeah, no, guys, like the people who are trying to do voodoo and all that, yeah, all that stuff. Those are the people who are seriously, yeah, they got a whole new talk. So that, yeah, let's clear it. I'm hearing they got defecated on. I don't know what that's alluding to. Oh my, no, Spirit is like, I'm hearing don't be mad. Okay, I'm hearing that as well. Like, there's almost a moment of like mercy to be had on their souls. I'm hearing it like this. Oh my gosh, love and light. But I don't know. Just be grateful, guys, for whoever is not in your story anymore, who you didn't resonate with. Your guides are always watching you, and they are trying to do all they can to help this process move forward as seamlessly as possible for all in the same way, the most fairest way. I hear it as well like this. So don't ever feel like, oh, like my guides forgot about me, they're not watching me. I'm hearing that. It's like, never. But yeah, there's always like timing, and you know, when it's time to ascend certain parts of the conversation, it will happen. But in the meantime, it's like they gotta clear stuff out first, and then there can be, you know, the welcome, you know, of new frequencies. So you guys, thank you for tuning in, love and light. It's clear. But yeah, no. Oh my god. I'm hearing wizard. The wizard got pulled from his own closet. It's like a hold up energy. It's like, yeah, but this is with some, no, yeah. I'm hearing psychedelics. I don't know what that's alluding to. Someone was fucking with something. Oh yeah. Yeah, someone was trying to do something very, very, yeah. I'm hearing catchy love song on the radio. I'm hearing that. I don't know what that, yeah. Necessary. Let's clear it on the back of the neck. Yeah, so obviously this is a channel message, guys, by the way. But yeah, something with music. I don't know. Someone, yeah, I'm seeing something like related to like Spotify, Pandora. I don't know. Okay, someone was doing something like wizardy, like with music and psychedelics, is what I'm hearing. So maybe like you lost contact with someone. They might have been trying to sort of like manipulate the energy force field. Interesting. I'm hearing Palace Athena. I'm hearing New York. Something about New York. I'm hearing New York. So yeah, this is someone who was like kind of, even for some of you, an industry leader. Okay, I don't know what this is about, guys. This is a whole message in and of itself, I guess, but Spirit wants it out. Yeah, there's someone here. They're in the I heard pharmaceutical as well industry. I don't know. So they were like, I'm hearing plagiarizing. I'm hearing aircraft. What? That could be a metaphor, guys. Like maybe they were definitely doing something fucked up on. They're doing something on astral. They were tapping into someone's headline news. That could be literal though as well, depending on where this is applying. I guess, but maybe it's multiple. Let's clear the energy around. I'm hearing Havana. I'm hearing Leo. I'm hearing Leo. I'm hearing Liguria. That's a region in Italy. Liguria. Something about film as well. Oh wow. I think like someone has been, or a number of people have been like kind of pulled out of an industry, but like different industry. So I don't know, maybe this is something that hasn't quite happened yet, even possibly. It's possible. I'm hearing Leo again. Maybe it's the name of the industry. Like, I'm hearing payback royalties. I don't know what. I'm gonna see something about movies, film. I'm hearing Lifetime movies. Like this is something, but maybe it's a metaphor. Like something that affects a lot of people. I'm hearing that as well. Like if it was something really shady, yeah. I'm hearing stock market bonds. I don't know what. But it's something that was having an impact. It's like a literal thing, so-called literal, like financial like with information. I'm hearing stocks again, but there's also a side to it energetically. So someone was like kind of fucking with, yeah, I'm seeing like, I'm seeing money here. Like they were doing something with coins. What? Hold on, guys. It's so cold right now. Oh my gosh. I'm looking for the charger so that I can look at the ephemeris real quick and look up Liguria. I'm hearing pharmaceuticals again. I don't know what that's about. I'm hearing farm as well. Farm. I keep hearing Leo. I'm hearing fat, but spelled like PHAT. Fat farm. Fat. Where in the world? Where did this like charger go? Huh. Yeah, something wasn't adding up even. For some of you, it even could be an audit. I don't know. But I see this more as like, if someone were doing something, you know, if someone was kind of, I'm hearing lockdown. Okay, well, this is sounding like what's going on with the pandemic. But anyways, guys, give me a sec. I don't know why it's nearly impossible to find the outlet charger. It's so odd. Okay. I'm hearing grave. Well, that came through. That was though like a few months back. Do you guys remember? That was coming through about someone going through fucking graves and digging graves and doing weird stuff. Yeah. Like, who does that? Like, well, this has also been happening in Egypt. Well, oh shit. Yeah, so that might be definitely to watch this video again. Seems like there's a kind of interesting lineage of sort of reference here. I'm hearing mango. Yeah, I'm hearing ashes, something about ashes. I'm hearing something about cremation. What the fuck? Let's clear it. I don't know. Whoever's do stuff with weird objects and all this stuff and being disgraceful towards people. Okay. Yeah, I know, you're going down. So, and that's already done, guys. Like, they're already, okay, I'm typing creative. Look what pops up. Guys. I'm hearing trust. I'm hearing trust. Now what pops up is, what is this? Trastavirome. Okay, hold on. Let's get here. Trastevere. Maybe is that? Interesting. Oh, we wanted to search Liguria. Hold on a sec. Something's going on here, guys. They're definitely... Guys, what if they're literally digging up the stuff in Egypt and doing weird stuff? I mean... No, really. Like, I'm starting to think about that. Like, from an I don't know. Whatever it is, they're... It's funny. Like, you're gonna dig up, like, fucking Pharaoh. Yeah. You're gonna dig up... You're gonna think you're digging up some kind of... Pharaoh remnants and get away with it. Okay, that's fun. No, it's, yeah, but let's read about that. Spirit wants us to explore this, it seems. Liguria is a crescent-shaped region in northwest Italy. Its Mediterranean coastline is known as the Italian Riviera. The 5 colorful fishing... I feel like there's something sketchy. Like, whatever it is, they figured it out. This is what I'm hearing. Let's clear. Yeah, capital. Yeah. Something is, yeah. Now, what else? I thought that said mosque. It says dialects. Genoese. Monegasque? Never heard of that. This lifetime. That's interesting. Okay. So... Crown chakra is on fire right now. Hold on a sec. Let's take a look. What about the Trastevere in Rome? I'm hearing Como. Isn't he the governor? Anyways, of the river Tiber, south of the Vatican, is the picturesque neighborhood of Trastevere. Anybody know? What about Rome? I've been to Rome once. It was one of the heaviest energies I've ever felt. That and Venice, Italy. Oh my god. It was gnarly. It was fucking gnarly. Okay. The energy in Rome. Wonder. Very heavy. Oh my god. It was like worse than DC. Like you could barely walk. And this was before I was into energy work like the way I am, channeling. This was like I was into fashion. I was, in Italy for that. Fucking, it was like you could tell. It's like there was some kind of possessive energy. Yeah, people were like possessed. It felt possessed. That was my read on that. I'll never forget that. Moments were just like, what is happening? It was so karmic. It was like everything was like strange. I don't know. Anyways, let's clear it. It was weird. So, how is that, Nelly? Oh yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing, right? Like with Europe, there is that stigmatic energy. I'm assuming that's what you're talking about. I feel like heat in the ears there. That was the thing. Like being in Italy, like I loved Italy. There were things I loved about Italy, but then there was like this really strong, even like I'll say like internal like discrimination, even from region to region. Like people were like, there was this racism ultimately, not even that, but just like, it's like for what? It's like they just, so it got small. It got really, and I found myself missing the United States. I really, really found myself longing to be in America again, after a period of time in Italy. And part of it was because of my personal experiences there as well. Like I lived with an Italian family for a period of time, and it's like even like going to restaurants, like there's a whole culture. Like there you want something off of the menu in a way that they don't do customarily, in the way that it's like they get very offended. So yeah, we talked about that in another Astro Chat. Why are we searching though? Let's read on Rome. Spirit wants something here. Let's see. Like it's like about like feeling discriminated against as like a so-called. I did not feel so much discriminated against. Well, I'm not gonna lie, but it's not even like so-called, foreigners. It's even like depending where you're at. Like it is even between streets. It's like what? They get weird with each other. Yeah, but love and light was quite. Like we don't have time for that politics, It's like live life and enjoy. Like why are you in competition with the neighboring medieval town? It's like we don't have time for that. Really. I mean, and if you do, gotta go. Gotta go. So it got small. Italy got kind of over time and bureaucracy, and I don't know, it was exhausting, and everything is closed during lunchtime. It's like you're looking for somewhere to eat. It's but you can definitely integrate, and I'm sure I will be back at some point, possibly. We'll see. I love Italy. I love things about Italy, but there are just moments where it's really hard to resonate and and really like connect. Yeah. And I was fluent when I was there. I was straight up taking classes at, you know, universities, and that was the language. It's the cultural conditioning and the you know, the psychology. Like, I remember one time I was carrying my luggage. This is when I was living in Siena, in Tuscany, which is like a little medieval town. And let me show you guys. Siena, Italy. This could be a message or something. Siena, Italy. It's like a little medieval town. And I remember, let's do streets. This is what we get for with Jupiter being in Pisces right now. So yeah, it's like this little, it's a little like basically the trattoria city. Everything is kind of like very, very much, you know. But I remember like I was taking my luggage up the stairs, and it was a heavy luggage, and I was like pulling it up, and it was a walk up. It was like a 12th floor walk up, and I remember like one of the locals, they like opened the door, and this guy was like watching me carry my luggage, and he would just like open the door and he stared at me, and then he just closed the door right in front of my face, and he saw I was having like a real hard time. It's like it's a discrimination energy, guys. Like, but it's not just with, you know, so-called, like, again, like I said, like foreigners. I mean, maybe, I don't know, however it is, like, yeah, it's a snooty, you know, snooty. It's a little bit like northern Italy. Love and light, but it can get, yeah, the Milanese, Lombardia can get very French, can get very, this is like very close to Switzerland type. Yeah. So, no offense, not to draw the click energy of like the stereotypical, but there's definitely a culture. I mean, yeah, we cannot say that the culture does not exist in some capacity, but always, you know, keeping an open mind. But yeah, they're very openly, blatantly like racist towards Sicilians, blatantly racist even like, this is what I'm saying, like, even I'm saying between regions like Rome. Like, Rome and Milan have beef. It's like, why don't we don't have time for that? I don't know, guys. Let's clear it. But they have a lot of pride, you know. No, Naples, forget about it. They got a lot of pride, but they're very like, I get a more like down to earth energy with Naples. It's interesting. Let's go. But it is what it is. You can find that in any community, in any place, right? Always have to keep it open. Yeah. So, but anyway, so I remember that, but they have their rivalries even with the neighboring city, and this goes history way back. You know, it's interesting we're talking about this. Is this boring, guys? I feel like I'm blabbing on. This is the blab sesh. Well, it's a channeled session, of course, always, but yeah, it's interesting. So, it's great to a point, and maybe this is a message that's mirrored in your personal relationships. Like, maybe at first it's like, wow, you know? Like, I saw my boyfriend, like I see Italy, like, wow, like, it's a dream, you know, the sweet escape. But then, over time, it's like, do we really connect? It's like, he's kind of like derogatory me, like, oh my. Venice, Italy was more TripAdvisor travel tarot reader. Oh my god, Nat. Venice, Italy was more like Disneyland-ish. It was more like, you know, kind of geared towards tourism, and I found that, personally, I find that a turn off a little bit, like, when they're just kind of like, you know, all their signs are in like English kind of vibe. It's definitely not something like such a big deal, but I, like, if I were to choose a place to sort of like chill at, personally, I would choose, this is me though, like somewhere where you could really integrate in the real culture, not like 1-800, like we have also an English menu, and we're going to be talking in English to you, even if you're going to try to speak in Italian. You know, I don't know. I found it, especially in Milan, same thing. Like, if you try to speak Italian in cafes and restaurants, they just respond in English. They don't give a shit. It's like, oh, yeah, let's just get the transaction over with. That's really what this is about. In Italy, in Sicily, it's like, fuck, you're trying to speak our language. We're gonna like talk back in that language to you. We'll talk in dialect. We'll connect, baby, you know? But it has its moments as well, because you could be in line in the grocery store and it's like people just talking like, no such thing as time in Sicily. So, but anyways, guys, wow, why are we talking about this? It's definitely a message, I guess, for someone. Right, Madi. Totally, yeah. Authentic immersion is more fun. That's what I found. Like, I felt like I could really integrate and immerse myself in Sicily. By the way, hello. Yeah, so we'll see. I almost said Sicily. Salem. Let's take a look. Is there Italian history in Salem? Well, I would imagine, because Boston has Italian history. Let's take a look. Salem, Italy. And Spain. Spain. It's always going back to Salem. What's this about? Guys, when I search, I literally type Salem, Italy. I didn't even realize I typed that. We have Salemi, Sicily, Italy. Wow, very interesting. Trapani. Oh, okay. I got you. I thought this was a dating code. It's like, what's that? Okay. Alright. It's like, you just like show up and they tell you who to like rendezvous with. That's interesting. Alright, that's clear. Tucked in the western point of Sicily, Salemi is a small town of about 11,000 people. Now, hold on, let's look at Salem, Italy, history, Massachusetts. Guys, I just typed Massachusetts. Hold on. We are gonna get the M in here. Yeah. Conversation rolling. Alright. It says Massachusetts is not the only place that saw witch trials. Guys! Oh my god, it is a thing! Check it out. Massachusetts is not... What in the world is going on? What is this? AFI? Oh my god, my nose went crazy. Let's put Love and Light. In Europe, the witch trials of the city... I don't understand why they have a picture of... Okay, I don't know. The witch trials of the city were so horrible that it was nicknamed the Salem in Italy. Okay. And those who visit it will see its history everywhere. What does that mean? Salem, Massachusetts might be the most famous place in the world when it comes to the harrowing history of the witch trials. However, it is not the place with the highest number of witch accusations in the world, and there was a city in Italy that was trying alleged witches almost a century before Salem. Alright. Okay, let's continue. In Triora, the history of witchcraft dates back to the end of the 16th century. Okay, let's stop that. After a series of truly if you want Zoom, go watch Zumanji. the last live. After a series of truly unfortunate events swept through the city, many began to wonder if something more sinister was going on. I can't help it. Okay, let's continue. For the early inhabitants of Triota, witchcraft seemed the only likely culprit, so a witch hunt was launched. Today, were they going to the moon? What is this? Tesla launching? What are you launching? Like, today, visitors to the small... I think maybe this is translated from Italian. Okay, the visitors to the small Italian town can learn about the tortured history of the accused, as well as the role they played in the future of their village. It's clear. History of this is on 6park.news. Random. 6park. Anyways, the town of Triora was first colonized by... We talking with an accent now? Colonized. It was colonized, Nat. By the ancient Romans between the 5th of Mice in the Club. Okay, this is a message, guys. This is definitely a channeling. Yeah, take it as you will. Originally, it was known for its olive production, which is what sparked interest in the documentary. Starting now. It's like... Alright. in the area in the first place. Fertile soil was found there, and as with many early civilizations, this was a great advantage for those living. It's like, nah, it's not making it any more exciting, right? Just cut the accent and change the link as well, okay? Over time, the village became part of the region's central defense system. Fortifying and protecting. We just skipped the full sentence there. I think we just ended it at a comma. And, okay, so it's what are we reading now? Hold on. This is a whole essay. It's a whole essay. It's a Socratic seminar moment we're having here on this website when it comes to the history of Trioria and... Alright. Listen, I didn't love school, alright? There were classes I really aced, and then there were classes that, it was a moment. Now, getting back to it, abandoned cabins is creepy. It says, for those brave enough to traverse the outskirts of Triora, they will come across the abandoned Cabotina. This sounds so creepy. Yeah, this is like, my. Okay, this was once the poorest areas, blah, 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 blah. This is like the SAT, I don't have time. Okay, let's continue, let's clear. What? Wait, are we channeling? What's going on with the ADD? Okay, dust to diamonds, here's your chance for finding gemstones at Crater of Diamond State Park. Okay, that's an advertisement, hold on. About the author Kate Machado. Originally from New York. It was funny, I was hearing 6 Park, it's like, reminds me of New York. So it says Katie is used. What's with the New York, Italy overlap, channeling? What's going on? Yeah, Cuomo. We're talking about Cuomo, Rome, Liguria. Katie is used to a fast-paced lifestyle. She began personally writing in 2nd grade. Okay, what the fuck are we reading this for? It's clear. It's a whole message. And 11 light to Katie. This is what makes Salem, Massachusetts so charming in winter. It says. Mayflower Wind plans to build hybrid battery CTV and gliding urn. Alright. So, the point is, guys, that we're definitely going to be having some sort of something popping up about Jeff Bezos. We're moving on. So, what is going on now with Salem? Oh, let's check this out. Nellie, are you in Massachusetts? I think you mentioned something about, like a nearby town that you really recommended. Yeah, something like that. Bar Harbor, Babylon? Interesting. Okay, how the Italian immigrants came to New England. It says, Italian immigrants put their stamp on New England as indelibly as any Puritan. New England, in fact, is the most Italian region in the United States. Interesting. A little Frank Sinatra here. Vibe. Oh, Boston's North End, right. Oh my gosh. Wow. Today, the descendants of Italian immigrants make up more than 10% of the population. Okay. Everyone. So wait, I want to see, like, Salem, like, what's to do. Luck, be a lady tonight. Just, like, literally hearing that right there. Okay. Let's see. Find Salem on this. Here we go. Salem, along the southern tier, has the densest population of Italian Americans in New Hampshire at 50.7%. This is in New Hampshire. I guess there's another Salem. I'm hearing Cornelio. Strange. Why this is not. It's not mentioning, ooh, I feel like some activation of the crown chakra. Definitely have some guides in the room. Okay, whoa. That was like, I feel like someone had their hand on my crown chakra. Let's move forward. Like, kind of like massaging it. So, yeah, it's not talking about Salem, though. Massachusetts. So, anyways, guys, we'll be heading over there. We'll see what's what. Interesting. Surfing Maui girl. Wow, I totally recall. What was the name of the cannoli shop? And it's like popular, like everyone goes. Like, what is it in Boston? In North End. What's the name? It's like so famous. You must know. You must definitely. Mike's Pastries, thank you. So yeah, guys, you think it's gonna get intense in Salem? What do you think? Really? How many of you guys have lived in Boston? Good night, sober girl. Interesting, Nelly. So, do you enjoy Massachusetts? Interesting, Maudie. You think Bandit should come with? What do you think? I'm hearing spring, and I just looked at the clock, 81:08. He's so Scorpio, guys. He is so Scorpio. So hold on. Now this is popping up, but I'm typing SP. This is something I searched before. Let's see. Pigeon. Fertility and prosperity. I swear, like, I feel like... Oh, interesting. Dear. So, yeah, I'm still working it out. Like, I'm still working it out, thinking about how, you know, Aww, Maudie. He would be so happy there. I feel like he's also got, you know, I'm like excited, Brandy, but I feel like it's gonna be intense. Yeah. Brandy's like, are you ready? I feel like this is like a really like, it's a build up moment, you know? I mean, if we literally were to like reflect back on that one live, whoa, the tip of my tongue was so like, I don't know what that was. What is that? Is there like a superstition with that? Symbolism with the tip of the tongue? Whoa. Yeah, I feel it, Monty. I feel like he's part of the equation, like he's like almost like he's gotta come. It's like he's in the contract. Yeah. Yeah. I think you're right, Brandy, you know? Yeah. Really, Nelly? Damn. I can see it. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Sorry, guys. Whoa. Yeah, I love Boston. Even Boston, I love. I felt so connected to that city, you know? So I'm sure Salem would be really interesting. Really? Oh my god. Yeah, so I'll be heading out with someone there. Should be cool. Wow. Okay, seriously, Nelly? Yeah. Because I was seeing online that they said on TripAdvisor, modern day, pagans living there, which is very interesting. Yeah, definitely, yeah. Oh, yeah. Amazing walking city. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would walk through Boston all the time. Oh, Astro, you pulled cards? It says, Nat, you got King of Pentacles reversed, Five of Wands reversed, Lovers reversed, and the Five of Swords. Wow, sounds conflicting. Sounds like I'm conflicted. But that sounds like I'm waiting for someone to, master this. Master this with? What is the... What is that? Letters to Cleo. What is that? Oh, it's a song? Wow, Surfing My Girl. Wow. It's clear in the third eye? Yeah. Well, it's interesting, Brandy, I've been fasting intermittently lately. And I know I've told you guys, my guides have gotten me off of gluten. I've been getting really, my health game on. I'm not having, really processed foods. I'm off of caffeine. So I reset my whole body with the activations when I was having, period back there of time. Regenerating, and it was real intense. So yeah, and I'm getting more into raw foods, and yeah. Right, Surfer Maga Girl says fasting is good to gain clarity for sure. Yeah, I'm finding myself really I'm really weaning off of especially any foods that are specifically as foods for taste. Yeah, it's more what's the vibration of the food and what is it actually feeling and you'll know after you eat it how you feel energetically. Oh god, Kevin. Oh god, can you imagine? That would be I am low key if that shit, because listen, if I don't even want to say this one, I don't want to even manifest it. I'll type it as if that's better, if I can type it. I'm hearing Mercury. I don't know. Okay. Let me see. Let me get in the chatarella. The shot. Let's see if I can get here to the video. Something popping up about etheric cord cutting. Interesting. So yeah, I'm going with my sister, most likely, and let's see if I can get to the live video. Here we go. Wow, I look so tired in the screenshot. This new moon has been, it isn't a water sign. It's like the Gemini reading, and everyone's stop typing in the chat. What's going on? You're all creeped out when I'm typing. Okay, hold on. Everyone is like, when we, you guys still here? That's why maybe also, someone said maybe bringing a bandit would not be a bad idea. Is it the showdown? Oh my god, no. Like, I feel like there's something here. It's like, wow. Wow. I swear I had this vibe just now, like I want this tip of the tongue thing. I don't know what's going on. But I felt like I wanted to just call Bandit right now. Like I wanted to FaceTime him. We are talking on Sunblane. I'm sure his whiskers like twitching. Yeah. I know, I'm feeling it, Surfing Maui Girl. I'm really feeling it. Like I feel like it's about to just like, it's like a bloop. Time's up. Aw. Yeah. Yeah. So I should visit first, right? I feel like it's gonna be a whole trip. Like, it's gonna be a whole vibe. Like, when I visit, I think the vibe is just gonna, like, there's something is, yeah. Especially because I'll be with my sister. And we were gonna go, and we were talking about that, and the fire alarm went off. It was while we were watching Hocus Pocus. I told you about that. Yeah. And then we saw that creepy dude. Love and light, let's clear it. But, like, yeah, no, he was, like, possessed. He was, yeah, he was, like, drinking alcohol. He was standing around down there, and then he just starts saying, like, DC needs you, like, zombie vibes, like, right 30 seconds. We're talking about moving to Salem. Wow. Yeah. Right. Right, Surf and Maui Girl. There's like a downtown area there, right? Yeah, I'm getting the go-ahead. This is definitely guided. Like, my guides do want me definitely there. I feel it was funny because we were like talking about this for a while, and then we did the reading, and it was like March was like, April was like green light. So we'll see. We'll visit and test it out, and because yeah, DC's getting obviously old for many different reasons, and when they want you out, they want you out. You know, it's like cook contracts up. You know, it's not like your landlord being like, yeah, time to go. We gotta rent this out to someone else. It's like, no, it's like spirit guides. So interesting. So my astrocartography lines, it's pretty similar. Well, it's actually more exact. Whoa, I'm feeling this pressure down the right forearm. Okay, like right here. I don't know what that's alluding to. Let's clear it. I don't know what part of the body that's relating to, like in terms of the energy body. But anyway, so and I have the lines that go through Boston going exactly through Salem. Like, it's the same line, but the way it's curved, it goes straight through Salem. And that is, I think, my Mars line. Let me see. Mars on the Descendant, I think, yeah. The tip of my tongue, what's going on with that? Gotta search this. Tip of tongue. It's like not the tip of the nose, but like tip of the tongue. Spiritual meaning. This is, what does the tip of the tongue represent in the Bible? That is definitely like got to mean something there, of course, as always. It says, spiritually speaking, a sharp tongue cuts from the inside out. James 3:10 tells us that the tongue wields the power. Okay, so hold on. Oh, tongue diagnosis in Chinese medicine? Hold on. Tip of tongue itching. What? Here we go. What do you guys think? Oh my gosh. So, do you remember when, okay, the Virgo reading, when the guides, in that reading, it was like, it was all like, spirit guides were praying. There was a huge test, you know? Okay, let me see the astrocartography lines. I'm hearing fast, faster, faster. Let me see. Let's see here. Birth chart. Gabriel. It's clear. Oh my god. I'm telling you, like, my cravings disappeared. The last of yeah, the frequency. What am I typing? I'm typing CAS. What is that even? CAS? That came through in a reading. Hold on. Wait. Let me see if I'm gonna sign in. Well, I'll just do it here. Let's see. Put it in again. Let's clear the sacral chakra. Guys, I'm like sleepy, but there are messages here. Okay, 10:16 p.m. It's like I feel like it's an axis, you know? Let's clear it again in the sacral chakra. What's going on? I feel this pressure in the ribs. Even the left rib. Let's clear it again in the sacral chakra. What's going on? Right, Gabriel? that cupcake. Oh my god. Wow. All right. So let's take a look here at the astral travel. It's cleared around in the sacral and the throat chakra. So what is going on here? I have Mars on the descendant running through. I'm hearing Baruch. Okay. Hold on. Let's see here. Let's take a look. Well, it's so close, you know? I mean, Salem and Boston are really quite close. But I think Salem... Ooh. Oh my gosh. Is a little closer to one of them lines. Yeah. Wow, it's so close. It's really more or less, yeah, just the lateral. Let's see here. It is like more or less, well, oh, it's the sun. Hey, Ascension, Astro Attention. Yeah, I said Astro Attention. I think I have Astro Attention Deficit Disorder. Astro Attention Disorder Deficit? Like, instead of ADD, it's like, yeah, it's like channeling. Okay, anyways. That's clear. Wait, so what do you feel about what, oh, well, I'm just curious. What do you pull on remaining in DC? But yeah, Astro Attention, I guess it wouldn't be deficit because it's like you're focusing so much on astrology that you don't have time for anything else. Your attention is going towards everything astrology. Okay, let's clear. No, what's what? Yeah, I have my sun moving through. It's interesting. Very close, yeah. Basically straight through that cart. So. Whoa. Cart. Oh, interesting. Oh. So, like, I know for certain that I'm doing grid work here, and I'm just wondering on the timeline of this contract. But whenever it's meant to be, you know, who knows? Yeah. I remember back in college, I really wanted to visit Salem, like, for fun, you know, during Halloween. I was gonna go with my roommate, and then just ended up not happening. So, ooh. Oh boy, guys. Well, we'll think on it. For DC, you get the Hermit, Ace of Cups, King of Cups reversed, and Eight of Cups, Eight of Wands reversed. The heck? Sounds like a burial. What? It's like 8 feet deep. Eight of Wands in reverse. Whoa. With the King of Cups in reverse. Yeah, it sounds about right. I'm feeling that pressure again on the right forearm. It's clear. I'm hearing leaf. This came through another reading. Something about a leaf. Now, yeah. But Hermit, that sounds about right. Like, that's more or less the vibe. Like, yeah. Like, I've been in Hermit in DC, kind of, you know? Clear run. Like, regardless, like, hold on. If we literally, like, that channeled story was literally about someone going from DC to Salem, and, like, an energy, like, an entity followed them. That's, like, a low craving. But then it was a whole showdown. You guys remember that? It's clear. Yeah. It's always all good. Whatever is meant, you know, obviously we're guided. But it's just like interesting because it feels like a war. Because why would it be that right when we are talking about that, let's clear it in the third eye. Let's clear it on the right side of the crown chakra and the right side of the third eye. All the way up, all the way down. Yeah, no. Let's clear it on the back of the neck. Oh my god. You guys, this is something going on. Something's popping up. It says purse. I'm hearing Persephone. This is the 100 debates. Guys, like, this is literally, hold on, what is going on? Let's check Persephone. Because, like, right when we're talking about, my sister and I were watching the movie Hocus Pocus. I was like, Tosh, what if we, like, fucking lived there and, like, got, like, I was like, Tosh, we gotta go. And a fire alarm goes off in the whole building. And we had to, like, walk downstairs. We were on FaceTime, actually. And I had her on FaceTime. And we had to pause the video, go downstairs, and there was someone out there who owns a shop, and we were talking about, he just, like, it's like he just pulled me in, like, and started talking about what my plans are living in DC. I'm like, what? Yeah, he started talking about the plans of living in DC and how DC yeah, I don't know, guys. Let's clear it on the right side. Yeah, let's clear it down the right and left side. Oh. Like, it felt like he was channeling something, because he had this look in his eye, like, and I've never seen him in that state. Like, he happened to be down there because he was, like, drinking on a Saturday night outside. And I've never seen him, like that. And he was just like, yeah, like, and he did not know I was thinking of moving to Salem, you know? So it's weird. It was a little weird, that whole thing. That vibe was very telling, you know? It's clear. It's like yeah. I know for certain, like, there are energy entities that want me out of DC, but I don't care. I'm here for, yeah, a reason. Like, obviously, it's super reptilian. So, we gotta work on that. So, sometimes I'm, like, feeling like, you know, yeah. DC is definitely, like, random. And let's clear it in the sacral chakra. And I realized, like, yeah, like, being in DC had its moment. Like, it was important, like, you know, it had its reasons. But, like, the next step in stage is a question. I think it's, like, all gonna just, it's all guided. It says Persephone was the goddess queen of the underworld, wife of the god Hades. She was also the goddess of spring growth. Interesting, we were just talking about spring, who was worshipped alongside her mother Demeter in the Eleusinian mysteries. This agricultural-based cult promised its initiates passage to a blessed afterlife. Whoa. Sounds intense. I'm not gonna lie, it's a pretty intense crossroads. And that Virgo reading was no joke. Same with the Cancer reading, actually. Symbol pomegranate? Interesting. Let's clear it on the back. So, Well, Aubrey, like, I was thinking about Chicago. I had a pomegranate earlier today. That's funny, Aubrey. Aubrey says, I'm eating a pomegranate right now. Hey, DJ Andrews. Yeah, so, like, I mean, I've been getting crazy signs about Chicago. Like, I feel like my guides are preparing me for something, you know, like a big move. But they're definitely, like, bringing up, like, different locations. But then part of me is like, I don't know, it's going through. Wow. I'm hearing 4. I'm hearing street easy. That's about renting. Denver, interesting. I feel like I would like Colorado, yeah. But like, yeah, I mean, Yeah, my Venus is in the house of Virgo. But other than that, I don't really. I don't have a lot of Virgo. But I should look at my synastry and my composite with each of these cities. So that I can, like, really, yeah, that would be really interesting. Like, look, I mean, but then even still, you know, like, if I had looked at my synastry composite with DC before I came here, I'd be like, no thanks. You know, it doesn't sound like the most joyous thing. I think DC brings its Chiron and its Saturn to my south node or something like this. Really, Jax? Oh, that's so funny. Jax says, just got here. First word I heard was Chicago. I'm from Chicago. Interesting. I'm telling you, like, there's something about, I don't know if maybe just Spirit wants, like, this energetic focus on these cities, like, you know, not necessarily going there, but, like, holding space. I don't know. So, but let's clear it on the right side of the body. What's your theory, Space Hippie Girl? Let's clear it on the back of the neck. Wow. Yeah, please share. Please share, Space Hippie Girl. Thank you so much for tuning in and connecting. Like, yeah, there's been something repetitive. I've been getting a lot of signs, and this is like this started. The Chicago thing started like months ago, and I had like a whole vision like that I was gonna be living in Chicago. It's really interesting. Are you from Denver, Brittany? Wow. Hey, Francesca. Hey, guys. Hey, thanks for tuning in. We talked some astrology in the beginning of this video, and then Spirit segued. Wow, okay. Uh-huh. Okay, Space Heavy Girl, interesting. And wow. This has been a while. Wow, Anima Hawk. says, I got a calling to move from Florida to Washington without ever even visiting. That was almost 5 years ago, and it was the best decision I ever made. Wow, that's like when I went to Japan and Korea and Hawaii. I just felt it in my bones, like I needed to do that. Yeah, you're right. Like it's those moments, you know? It's clear. Okay, Space Baby Girl says, I saw that the energy you were channeling was really profound, and my theory is that you were channeling Soul Family. I think they may be from DC or Virginia area. Yeah, can be. Yes, yes, yes. I do feel that way. So yeah, Space Baby Girl. Like, do you remember? Okay, so before the lockdown, I like for the longest time I'm like, what am I doing in DC? And then at a certain point, I remember I was getting really serious about moving, and this was right before lockdown, and I felt my spirit guide. My spirit guides rarely take me into a reading for myself, but they were like, we got to channel with you. So I was like, okay. They literally came out and they came so clear and said, don't move until April. If you're gonna move, at least don't move until April. And that's exactly when the lockdown happened. And then I was like, okay, well, I'm not moving now. So, and that was the Hopi Indian tribe. So, like, there is something that obviously, like, yeah, and yeah, but then, yeah, so. Just clearing around in the throat chakra. And like I know that I am here for doing that light, and they need this here in obviously in DC, you know. And I know like there are I come across people tried to bully me out of the city, you know. So it's one of those moments, and it's just that Cancer reading, which is like all about this test. And my South Node is Cancer. That's my South Node sign. So let's clear it. Yeah, and the whole thing is like, I gotta meditate. Yeah, gotta meditate on that. Aw, let's clear around. Andrea, love and light, guys. In the sacral chakra. So it's like, oh, space. So because I paid for a reading with you, and I wrote in the description about that union you channeled in the Pisces June 2017 reading. All right. To kind of let you know, I still remember that reading since I feel you were channeling the union I was in, and guess what? I live in near the suburbs of DC. Oh. Okay. Wow. You're in Arlington? Hey guys, hey Julie. Welcome. You know, Aaron, it may be like the kind of thing I feel where we're at the last leg. Like we gotta move through Pisces season. In Aries season, like there will be this push, like the baby's born vibe. It's so hard to prove your soul family this one, but I legit can prove you were channeling the union I was in at the very beginning. I'm from Ashburn, Virginia. Interesting, says Space Hippie Girl. Falls Church is so beautiful. I feel a real strong connection to Virginia. Like, I've also thought of living in Virginia. Really? Oh. I used to live in Boston. Yeah, I loved it. Well, yeah, I lived around there. Let's backtrack and clear it on the right side of the body. TTP? That's an interesting question because honestly, I feel like I'm not here really by choice. Like, I wouldn't choose DC. Like, I honestly visited DC so many times before. My sister was going to school here, and we originally were visiting her here. And every time I would visit DC, it was like this demonic energy. Like, I'm serious. Like, it was like weird. Like, everyone would get into like a weird conversation, argument. It's just like the energy is strange here. And I never felt like, wow. And I even visited for like college tours, and I just didn't click. I never clicked with DC. And then I ended up coming back here. Can you believe that? So now it's kind of, I'm not gonna lie, like, it's kind of like, it's kind of grown on me ish. Like, I've definitely settled in some way. Like, I've kind of worked through the webs of energy that were very, very hard to move through. It's clear in the solar plexus and the throat chakra. But yeah, like, to answer your question, like, now it's, I can give so many reasons now why it works, but I mean, it's not a place where I feel like, it's like I kind of feel like I'm out at war kind of energy here. Like, yeah, I don't feel in the headspace where I'm like calm and able to like connect with people. Like, it's not time, you know. Now we're like clearing. Like, I don't feel like, in Boston, living in Boston, I felt like a little kid, you know. That was different. There's a different vibe for me. Here it's like, I feel like I am battling a lot of different frequencies. So yeah, on guard, right, Francesca, exactly. So that's kind of, but it's like, obviously it's like meant to be in some capacity. So I've been here, you know. It's clear. In the root chakra. What? In the throat chakra. But I'm hearing the sacral and I'm hearing the root as well. At the same time, both. Yeah, and right, Athena, throat chakra. Yep. Because then I started to realize, then it clicked. I'm like, okay, I'm doing light work here. Like, it's specifically the place I'm in. This is required. And then I started getting, we were having other transmissions about reptilians and what's going on in the government, politics and everything, which I'm not into. I'm not interested in I know nothing about that. Hence why I didn't go to college here. Again, you know, it's like, I remember I was like here we were on the college tour, and I'm just like, they're talking about like how it's a big political city. I'm like, I don't care about anything like that. So I don't feel connected to the city for the sake of being connected, but like, from the vantage point of like, you know, the light working side of thing, like the light work, it makes sense. You know? It's clear in the I keep saying sacral when I want to say throat. That's cleared in the throat chakra. Right, TTP. Like, now, yeah, so it's like, I know that it's like a contract and I gotta move through it, and I'm hearing shared apartment. I hear that? I don't know what that's about. Okay. Right, Gabriel, everything's connected somehow. So yeah, let's backtrack around. I'm in this like vibe of, I honestly can't complain, you know? Like, there's fresh air here, wonderful air quality, nature. You know, it's really grown on me. I can't lie. Can't lie about that. So, and in a way, it's like, I almost like don't want to move, but hear that honk out there. But then it's like, I also feel, I don't know, like, this is not me. I mean, I'm not gonna be staying in DC for like, you know, like, in my heart, I'm a traveler. Sag moon. Proof. You know, kind of vibe. But then there are all these weird, like, I don't know. Yeah. It's super, yeah. yeah, I think it's gonna be the kind of thing. What, that tongue, tip of the tongue again. When it's meant to be, it'll be. When it's meant to happen, yeah, it'll be like probably like if it's, and this has been my mantra though ever since I got to DC, has been like, I should move. I don't move. I really, yeah, I should move. What am I doing here? It's like the, kind of vibe, and then it's like, but why would I move? It's like that's literally. So I feel like they're holding me here. They want me here for some reason for now. It's clear in this. I keep saying the sacral chakra, the throat chakra. LA is super, like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Athena. Athena squared. The documentary, all of its own. It was a mirror moment. Athena's like, oh, there's another Athena in here. LOL. LMO. So, but yeah. It's clear into the throat chakra. We'll see. I feel like so sleepy right now in a way, but that is so kind, Ginger. Hey. Wow. Thank you for tuning in. I'm also a wandering type. But then I was thinking, what if I just went nomadic? Like, I literally almost went nomadic for a period of time. Like, I still had my still had my apartment, but I wasn't really nomadic, but still I felt, like, random, Like, I decided I don't want to be a nomad, like, alone. At least, like, from my perspective right now. Who knows? But maybe even, like, yeah. Clearing around in the throat chakra. Yeah. Whatever it is, it's meant to be. It'll be. Whoa. I was just thinking about Greece, and then I looked at the clock, and it was 133 minutes and 31 seconds. I almost went to Greece right before I came to DC. And that's another weird shifty thing that's going on, Like, I was so close. Like, I was not going to move to DC. Like, I kind of just wanted to get out of LA. That was my thinking. Like, I really wanted to go to Greece, but I wanted to get out of DC. And I was thinking that it would be, like, a nice transition, and then I was like, would I want to be there alone? But I was gonna go, actually. And then my sister was like, you're going? And then I was like, yeah. She was like, okay. I was like, you want to go? She was like, all right. we were like gonna book this like cave on the like side of this like on this island, and then my mom is like, hey, you guys are going? We'll go too. It's like, then it never happened. So it just wasn't the time I got. It just wasn't, yeah. I think we just have to wait it out. I think we just gotta like wait it out and see, like, with all these transits, you know, with everything that's going on right now, it's just crazy what's going on. Someone mentioned it some time ago, like, that she said, like, where you're placed during the pandemic, it's like not random. So yeah, I feel like when it's time to move, it's gonna be, yeah, it's gonna be like a big push kind of vibe. You know, if and when. Yeah, guys, so I think I'm gonna take a nap. It was really lovely to chat. Have a lovely new moon. We obviously are moving through these energies as we move through the moon cycle. Thank you guys for your support. We'll see you in the next video.